Today we're going to look at the most well-known movement tech in the game, wall bouncing. But I feel like, although many people know how to do it, not that many people know what to actually use it in and what situation that it's useful in and what other movement tech it's actually useful with. So first I'm going to cover how to actually wall bounce, but more importantly I'm going to cover when you should wall bounce and what you should mix it with to make it actually useful. So wall bounce is really simple actually. This can be done on both PC and console. You just want to run towards a wall from an angle and then slide jump. You want to hit the wall around the peak of your jump to make sure you get the most distance. And when you hit the wall, you just want to release your keyboard completely and press the jump key. After that, you just use air strafing to control where you want to go. Of course, if you're playing on console, then you just press the A button instead, or X button, whatever you're playing on. And instead of letting go of the keyboard, you just let go of the left stick. So I'll show this an example, just like that. Another way you can do it on PC is if you use the scroll wheel instead, because a lot of people find it a lot easier to do. But personally, I recommend you learn how to do it with the spacebar instead, because certain characters like Valkyrie, you won't be able to use the scroll wheel as it will just trigger her jetpack to start. And good news, if you're an Octane main, then your wall bounce becomes even faster. A lot of people have trouble at the start learning to wall bounce, but I think the key is just to completely let go of the keyboard when you're trying to do it. Because if you even touch anything on the keyboard while you're trying to do a wall bounce, it won't work. Now this looks cool and all, but as you can tell, it doesn't really have that many uses, at least from this kind of view. You just wall bounce and it looks cool, maybe you'll dodge some bullets, but realistically, you're not going to be using this that often. If you mix it with other movement tech like tap strafing that I covered in my previous video, then you can actually do a lot more with wall bouncing. So the main way people use tap strafing with wall bouncing is to be able to wall bounce from like weird angles. Remember earlier I mentioned that you have to come across an angle kind of close to 45 degrees to the wall. But if you tap strafe, you can actually come from perfectly parallel to the wall. To do this, you kind of tap strafe towards the wall before you wall bounce. This is very useful because it's unpredictable and enemies won't expect it, so they'll find it hard to actually hit their shots on you. And the second way that people use tap strafing with wall bounces is to do 180 degree off the wall bounce. So it's the same as a normal wall bounce, it's just you're coming in the same direction that you came from. And to do this, you just want to run to the wall bounce like normally, and then tap strafe in the opposite direction that you turned it into the wall. So if you turn left to go into the wall, you want to turn right out of the tap strafe. And you turn right into the wall, you want to turn left out into the tap strafe. The reason why you might want to do this is maybe if you're getting chased, you kind of want to tap strafe, wall bounce, tap strafe around, they won't really expect it. Again, very unlikely scenario, but I thought it was worth covering. But the main reason people will wall bounce isn't to dodge bullets or to be used in a fight. It's usually used for traversal around the map. Kind of difficult to show in this area, but I can show how you can cancel animations. So usually if you try and climb a wall like this, it will trigger an animation. Doesn't take long, but you can't bring out your gun, you can't shoot, you can't do anything in that animation period. But then if you said wall bounce and tap strafe, you can actually entirely skip that animation and hop over the wall even quicker. You can actually do it without tap strafing by just running towards a wall bouncing and holding in the W key to get over and skip the animation. Now if you don't actually know how to tap strafe, I left a guide linked in the description and it's in the top right as well. I recommend you check it out since I cover a lot more applications for tap strafing besides using it to wall bounce. This tap strafing is probably the most useful movement tech in the game right now. And that's all there is. I'd say thank you for watching and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye now.